good, everybody? My name is Jay Fatty. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the basics of the Fruity Soft Clipper. Before we get into that, I do want to say this melody you're about to hear is from the Critique Clan Sample Pack Volume 1, which is a melody composition pack that the homies DC the Beatmaker, Popal McGinnis, and myself created. 30 melodies, the stems are included, and it's royalty free. Very versatile. It's got all the way from trap melodies to lo-fi to R&B to just regular hip-hop. You can check that out with the link in the description. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, let's move on to this. So, the soft clipper. Yesterday we talked about the limiter, all right? And a limiter, it just chops the transients at the threshold or at the ceiling that you set. It'll just completely chop it. Whereas the soft clipper is very similar, but instead of completely chopping it at that threshold that you set, it rounds it. It rounds the transients instead of chopping it. So that's pretty much the difference. It allows for cleaner limits, okay? Because it is still limiting the sound, just not in the same way. Let me show you what I'm talking about, all right? So we're going to put this to a mixer track 4, and then we're going to just put a soft clipper on it. All right, this is what the soft clipper looks like. So the threshold is this. This is where it's going to be set at. I like to bring it all the way down because that's the most rounded curve you're going to get with the soft clipper. And then you just bring the post up. All right, so we're going to need a visual of the waveform here. I'm also going to put in a limiter, so you can visually see what's happening with the waveform. Okay, so we're going to play this melody without doing anything. We brought that threshold down because we want it to be the most round that it can be when it's going to chop those transients, but it's not chopping it fully. Remember that. It's just rounding the transients. So now we can bring the post up. Yeah, this part I think will be the best to see it. So that's with the post up and the threshold all the way up, where it's kind of acting just as a limiter instead of the soft clipper. Now when we do it with the threshold all the way down, do you see that? Look at this one, this first one right here, for example. You see that there's a big line right at the top of it, whereas over here it's completely rounding that line off. It's not chopping them to where they're completely flat at those top points of the transients, the transient being these high points right here, all of these little mountains. You see how this one right here has that line above it, and then this one doesn't. That's literally all the soft clipper is doing, is giving a cleaner cut instead of it just being completely cut all the way through. That's really it. Now, in combination of using the soft clipper with the limiter and what we talked about with the limiter yesterday, you can really get clean sound and a clean, almost master, I would say master, to your beats. Now, if you want to see that video about the limiter, I'm going to link it in the top right. And then here in a few seconds, I'm also going to link in the top right the way to use both of them together in tandem to really master your beats. That's pretty much it though. Let me know what else you want to see in the comments and I'll definitely do that video. If this video brought you value, please leave a like, hit subscribe, and hit that little bell. Make sure you stay safe, stay striving, and always be getting it. Much love, y'all. Peace.